What is up? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is episode 1 of my Let's Build an Airport series. People were telling me that I needed an airport in my city, and I kind of agreed with them, because airports are a pretty big part of cities, I guess, or at least, I don't know, industrial or financial hubs of the world. So I'm going to put an airport, an international airport, just to kind of, I guess, make this city a real city. Um, and like I said in like the reveal video I put out, I'm going to be breaking this up into multiple kind of mini Let's Builds, starting with a hotel, because a lot of airports have like their own hotel. I don't know if you watch South Park, but they're always at the airport Hilton, which is like this hotel slash conference center that Cartman usually rents out whenever he has like a weird political rally. I remember he was a ginger, and he was having like a ginger pride rally, or he thought he was a ginger. But that's not what this video is about. As you can see, there's a block right here. It's exactly 20 blocks away from this big highway. Another thing my city needed was a giant highway, I guess, to have, like, I don't know, like stuff go in and out of the city, like trucks and stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of this as though it was a real city, and add things that I think a real city would need. And it needs a highway, and it needs an airport. And the reason I put it 20 blocks away is because I'm going to kind of build an exit ramp off of this highway, and possibly put a road in between the highway and this block, which is going to be the cornerstone of this hotel we're building. And I want room for sidewalks as well, and shrubs and trees and whatnot. But let's get started. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I pulled up some pictures of airport hotels, and they're pretty basic, so this is probably not going to take too long. I might as well get started right now while I'm talking, instead of just floating around talking to you guys. I really like the quartz block, by the way, and I'm going to make this 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make this 6 blocks high, because I usually do 4, and nice rooms are usually pretty tall, and it's raining. Awesome. Great. As you can see over there, there's one of the few remaining villages. When I made this map, I turned on villages just because they were so new at the time, and I was like, cool, villages. But now I just destroy them every time. Like, the city encroaches. I don't think that's a word. Every time the city kind of creeps up on one, I have to destroy it to make room for the expanding city. But yeah, I already kind of blew up half of that one. And I'm gonna blow up the rest later, once I put, because there's probably gonna be a landing strip over there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's, put 10. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 10. And then there's little 2 blocks in between each one. So that is a total of 30. I'm going to make this pretty long. I'm going to make this go 15. 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to have this go 10. Actually, I want to make this... And sorry if you have no idea what I'm doing right now. I also have no idea what I'm doing. I'm kind of, I guess, laying out the front wall of this place. So obviously there's going to be windows in between these. This is going to be like the main entrance. There's going to be a road leading up to here. And this is going to have like a little overhang that comes out. Then I'm going to put 2 more. Actually, I'm going to put 4 more, because usually there's restaurants attached to these places. In case like flights get delayed, they want hotels and restaurants nearby, so people don't just like have nowhere to go. And again, this is kind of a realistic city, so bland colors. I'm not gonna make like a pink airport. Although there's nothing wrong with a pink airport if it's done right. If it's like stupid looking and pink, then obviously. Ooh, lightning. I've yet to be struck by lightning. I don't even know if you can. I'm assuming you can. I can't see why not. But there's been several times where it's been almost every thunderstorm in this game, I get pretty close to being struck by lightning. But it's never actually happened. And if it did, then I didn't know. I may have been struck on creative, and since you don't really die, I just didn't know. But there's times when I was building West Egg City, which was survival, that I was pretty close to being struck. If you know what happens when you get struck by lightning, let me know in the comments below. I really know nothing about this game. Ooh, fire. I know that if a creeper gets struck by lightning, like, it creates a crater that's like twice as big as a normal creeper crater. Creeper crater. That's an interesting term. And I'm rambling again. And I usually ramble during these Let's Builds. I have yet to learn how to keep like a coherent strain of comments during these Let's Builds. So I apologize if I just like sound like a... And also it's very late. It's 1:30 in the morning right now. Because I was weeding the garden earlier today. I actually got home at around 5:30 in the morning yesterday. Or I guess technically, yeah, yesterday. We were watching a meteor shower. My friend called me up. Well, yesterday I moved back from college. And I got packed. Had my final, which is in art history. And I rode my bike to the hall where I was taking the final. Took it. I was confident that I did good. I was all happy. Went back outside after it was done, and I realized that my bike was stolen while I was taking my final. And so I had to walk home to my... Well, not home, but back to my dorm, where my parents were there, and they already like packed up all my stuff. I didn't know they were coming that early, but yeah, I told them that my bike was stolen. Went to the police station, filed a report. I'll probably never see it again, which is a shame. I really like that bike. But that was my day. That was my last day at college. I'm gonna go back though to turn in my keys and stuff. But here's the front. Sorry, I'm like, I can't. It's hard to multitask. So sorry if I'm like just like wandering around and not building anything. But yeah, 10 or 15 windows here, then this opening right here, and then 3 more windows here, and looks not too shabby. Again, I'm looking at a picture right now. This will be good at least for like the ground floor. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But anyway, I packed up all my stuff. Like I said, I went to the police station, then I came home. My friend was like, "Do you want to go stargazing?" And the same friend's probably watching this video. You know who you are. But yeah, he called me up. He was like, "Want to go stargazing with his 2 friends," which I don't know them really well. I know one of them fairly well. I'm getting to know them more. But it was pretty much me, my good friend, and 2 of his friends that I kind of knew. He's like, "Want to go? There's like a giant meteor shower." He's like, "Want to go to this park and watch it?" I was like, "Sure." 1, 2, 3, 4. Thinking it was a park that was like 5 minutes away. Turns out it was like an hour away. The drive there was pretty funny. The GPS was all messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It got to the point where we just stopped in like a random farm, like farmer's field, and we were pretty much prepared to just pitch, like start a fire there, because we brought like s'more material. We were gonna cook some s'mores, and we're pretty much ready to just cook s'mores there. But there was a little more light pollution than we wanted, so we decided to... And I didn't even count this. Fuck. 1, 2, 3... Actually, that's perfect. Never mind. But yeah, we packed up, decided to make one last chance, or one last attempt to find the park that we were planning to go to. We ended up finding it. It was in the middle of nowhere, and we got to the camp, parked his car, and started walking around. And we noticed that there are a lot of campers by that area. And we walked past all these campers who were fairly close to where we parked. Realized that we weren't going in the right direction or where we wanted to go, because there's this field in this so-called park that is it's very clear, so you can just look up at the sky. There's no trees in the way. And so we start walking back to the car. We get back in the car, and the way he puts the key in the car kind of causes the car alarm to go off. And we're already being loud and obnoxious, and we feel like we've woken these campers before this all happened. And we're let's just go back to the car and go somewhere else before we disturb these campers even more. And he gets back to his car, puts the key in the ignition, and I don't know what he did, but it caused his car alarm to go off. And it wasn't your average car alarm. It sounded like someone was just drunkenly honking his horn. There was no rhythm to it. If you were to hear it, you would just think someone was being an idiot and just honking their horn. And we quick got out of there after laughing our asses off, because we knew we were terrible people. We probably woke everyone in the campsite. We ended up camping in this parking lot, starting a fire there. Saw some meteors, saw some satellites. It was a fun time. Making s'mores was fun. So right now what I'm doing, I'll get back on topic. Right now what I'm doing is making a stairwell, because a lot of these, what am I not going to need? I'm not going to need this. A lot of the, I guess you could call them God, I'm at a loss for words, sorry. A lot of the hotels that I'm looking at have this kind of exterior stairwell kind of protruding from the side of them. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And since it's 6 blocks high, I'm making this little core that runs through the center of the stairwell 3 blocks wide. So it'll be a total of 6 blocks. So it rises up 3 blocks, and you turn around, and there's going to be 3 block high stairs here, and that'll take you to the next floor. That's usually how I do stairs. Usually I do it this 2 blocks wide, and I have my floors 4 blocks wide, or 4 blocks high. But this is going to be 6 because this is a fancy hotel. But yep, there we are. Now I'm going to do the same thing to this side. That is dirt. That is not. That's what I wanted. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with my first skyscraper Let's Build. I'll probably build 1 floor, and then switch to when the floor plan actually changes. So instead of you watching me build the same floor over and over again, I'm just going to build the floor once, and then start up again once I duplicate that floor as many times as I want. And by duplicate, I mean rebuild it over and over again, because I don't have MC Edit. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. If you guys saw my latest video, let's see what time I have. It's been 14 minutes. I'll probably stop this at 20 minutes. If you saw my latest video, it was a skyscraper time lapse. And at the end, I said this will only be on the PC version of Titan City, because I ended up taking the skyscraper and importing it into the Titan City PC save that I have, thanks to Oprise LP's cool tool that he made, the Xbox to PC converter, that I've been plugging like every video I make where I talk, that is. And what I meant by that was I'm going to be making a PC version of Titan City, because obviously the Xbox maps are limited when compared to the PC maps, meaning that there's going to be a lot of space. Like whenever I port this map over to the PC, you can actually go beyond the borders. Like over there is where the map ends, and like there's just nothing but flat land. I could actually build beyond that on the PC, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a PC version, and I'm going to build skyscrapers on the PC using MCEdit and Minecraft combined, like I did in the video. And then I'm going to essentially so it's pretty much going to be like a PC district and a Xbox district. And the PC district is obviously going to be the areas that I can't build on the Xbox. But that doesn't mean that anything from the PC is going to come over to the Xbox. I'm going to keep this strictly Xbox built. I'm not going to export this as a PC, build anything that I could build on the Xbox, and then port it back to the Xbox. If that makes it... I can't talk today. Holy shit. I'm just like mumbling like an idiot. I apologize. Like I said, it's freaking late. But I promised I'd do this in a week, and I'm glad to be doing this again. Like I said, things were pretty hectic with college and whatnot, getting all my final stuff done. I still have work, which is a lot of fun. So I'll be doing that. So I won't be uploading these as frequently as I did with the skyscraper Let's Build. It'll probably be more spaced out. By that I mean like once every 2 days maybe. If not a little more in between each episode. But for the most part, this is going to be... Where was I going? This is going to be pretty spread out on my channel. I may upload like little videos in between. I've been looking into animation and stuff. Like you saw my one animation video, and a lot of people were like, "What the heck is this?" I'm gonna get Flash for my PC. I used a computer at my college that had Flash pre-installed on it to make that. Hopefully, I'll get a copy of my own. Right now, I'm just kind of cruising along. Sorry, I'm like not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of coasting and just kind of building on autopilot. But yeah, I'm using an awful lot of whatever it's called, quartz. Usually when a cool new block comes out, I overuse it. I'm probably gonna have to like add some stuff either this episode or next episode to make it look less stupid. And like I said, I'm going to try and not do much, try not to have a lot of just awkward silence in these. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. I'm either awkwardly silent or I'm like babbling nonsense, because either way I don't know what to say. So sorry, like it's hard doing Let's Builds, I guess. And like I'm not complaining. They're fun to do, and you guys seem to like them a lot. And a lot of people keep asking me to do a Let's Build on the skyscraper that was in the skyscraper time lapse, not the newest one, but the older one. And like, I would love to do that, but I really don't want to build the same building over and over again. And plus, like, you can definitely rip that off of YouTube. If you type in YouTube to MP4, You can actually rip videos off of YouTube and just have them on your computer. Anyone who has Windows 7 has Windows Live Movie Maker. What you could do is put it into Windows Live Movie Maker, slow it down, and see how I build it at a slower speed. And that pretty much in itself is a tutorial, just without my beautiful voice over it. It'll just be really slowed down music. And that was sarcasm. I don't think my voice is beautiful. But if you do, that's totally fine. Look at all these animals. Fuck you. I really don't like the animals in this game. I like animals in real life. I like real animals, but these pixelated animals are tools, and they're really annoying. They always get up in my biz. Like when I'm trying to dig out like this, it's like, what are you? He's like protesting me building here. It's like, this is my land. You're not allowed to build here. And wow, he's like going through the window. Interesting. Today I learned that chickens have supernatural powers. I'm going to take his egg. Not that I'm going to use it for anything, but, you know, I like eggs. I had scrambled eggs not too long ago, actually. They were pretty good. And pancakes. My sister made me pancakes because we're home alone right now. Or my whole family is, minus my parents. They're off somewhere. And we have the house to ourselves for the weekend. My sister decided to make pancakes for everyone. And I don't know what she did, but like, they were not pancakes. But they weren't bad either. They tasted like pasta almost. It was weird. Very interesting. I told her to write down the recipe or whatever she did, because they're a very interesting texture. They almost tasted like, well, like I said, they tasted like pasta, but they reminded me of, I can't think of the word, but there's like a Mexican bread that it reminded me of. Or no, it reminded me of crepes, or crepes, which are French. It was really buttery and really kind of had a weird texture, but it was really good. Yeah, this is really boring to you guys, that is. I'm having a blast, if you can't tell. But yeah, I'm just filling in the windows. I may put some, like, interesting little things. Like, what's his name? Water Knight, like, came onto my world and was, like, building all these fancy buildings, and I'm just, like, sitting here, like, doing, like, windows. Just repeated. Nothing fancy. I'm gonna try and add some fancy stuff, even though, like, airport hotels are usually, like, the basic of the basic. But still, I guess this is going to be a unique hotel. As in, it's not going to be like, I don't know, like harsh brutalism architecture or whatever it's called. There. And right now, we're at 23 minutes. So I'm going to end this right now. This was a pretty, probably incoherent and uneventful first episode, but it will only get better, hopefully. But this is what we have right now. Not too special at all. It's just kind of like a empty shell of a building, but that's going to change next episode and the episodes following that. Be sure to check out episode 2. There's no episode before this, so I'm not going to say the episode before this, but I will next episode. I'll tell you to check out this episode. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This has been a Colonial Puppet. See you next episode.